Hey there, everyone.
Whoa.
Whoa.
A little much.
A little much?
Hey, you know what, Freddie? Let's dial it back.
Dial it back. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey. Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. Was that good? Was it a little too much? 3, 2, 1, hey?
With that, yeah, you know what it is.
It's your boy back at it again with another podcast. Good? Good? Yeah? No?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, perfect. So
Nailed
this is the Wrench Everyday Podcast. We talk about cars, car culture, we answer your questions, and we go off topic
every day.
Yeah,
Off
a
topic
lot,
every day.
yeah. My name is Freddie Hernandez. You may know me as Tavarish, and joining me across the table is my friend, my partner in crime, Mr. Andrew Howell. And man, you are, well, don't point those things at me because, whoa. You never point a barrel at something you don't intend to shoot. Okay? That is rule number 1. Hey, finger off the trigger. Put your safety on, okay?
My finger is the trigger.
My finger is the trigger. Yeah, this is Andrew Howell. How are you doing today, Andrew?
You know, I'm doing all right. I got an itch.
You got an itch.
And I got an itch that only answering questions can satisfy.
Does the question have anything to do with cowbell?
No.
Okay.
No, that's a fever.
Okay.
That's a fever. I got a fever. And the only prescription.
I got a fever.
So let's
more cowbell.
let's answer some questions today.
Yeah, why not?
Because I said so.
Because you said so.
I said so.
Are you an authority on question answering right now?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I'm the question president.
Let's question president. You are the question king, sir. You are the question coup d'etat. Let's do it.
You watch your language. So here's one from KH.
That's not a name.
It's their name on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Do you fit under your convertible top?
Do I fit into my convertible top?
Yep.
Well, what kind of question is that? I mean, you never asked a person that sort of question. It's a very personal thing. That yes, of course.
Here's one from Cristiano Stelling. Hi from Brazil. Congratulations on your achievement. Do you think it is safe to dyno the Lambo with the drive shaft disconnected? Wouldn't that lead to a wrong configuration on the computer?
So that's actually a good question. What's the name again?
Cristiano.
I'm horrible with names. So that's a good question. When I dyno this car, I obviously can't do it on an all-wheel drive dyno because I don't have one at my disposal. But Cletus McFarland,
brother.
Oh yeah, he does have a dyno, but it's only 2-wheel drive. So I have to disconnect my drive shaft leading to the front differential. There should be no problem because this car can be essentially converted into rear-wheel drive by just removing things. It's very, very simple to do.
So while the car is in a rear-wheel drive configuration, we should probably look into doing some Lambo drifting. Just saying.
Maybe. We could do that, but those tires were also very expensive. They're brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's.
Burn them.
Just burn them. Just let the bald eagles out.
Just burn them.
I mean, donuts would be cool. If I ever go to the donut garage in Hoonigan, I definitely will we'll go rear-wheel drive. But it's, we could do a donut or two. Maybe. Don't hold me to that because I've never done one in this car. Every time I watch Hoonigan, I always think, what would I do in this situation? Like, because there's a lot of people that just send it, but they have cars that they don't really care about, or they like smack the wall, and I don't want to be that guy because I can tell when those people are like, oh, this is really cool, where he's just like, hashtag ain't care, or it's like, what is this guy doing? He's about to wreck his car, and then he wrecks his car, and they all feel bad.
I feel like you need to at least install a line lock.
Sure. I guess I can install a line lock, but the brakes are pretty big in the front. They're also pretty big in the back.
So yeah, install the line lock.
But then, like, where would I put it? And then I have to plumb into the brake system.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm not here for the technicality stuff.
What do
I'm
I
just
need
here
the
for the
line
good
lock
idea.
for? Like,
burnouts.
Yeah, but I'm only going to do burnouts like once. Like, why do I need to do this?
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do anything. You need to do it right the first time.
I need to do it for Dale. That's right.
Do it for Dale.
That's right.
You need to just engorge yourself
Speaking
on Bartle Skate.
Speaking of Bartle Skate and do it for Dale, he just did a personal best in that in Leroy.
Yeah.
So he got an 8.3 at 169 miles an hour. Wow. That is insane. That is crazy fast.
He out there trapping it, dog.
Yeah, maybe I can beat him. What do you think? What do you think? You think?
I mean, if you stay all-wheel drive, yeah.
You think the Lambo can? Well, I don't think that I can beat that launch. That launch is gonna kill my car.
I think you can beat him with a top down.
I can beat him with a top down. Maybe. But maybe my car would. I don't even know because I think he has more power than I do. Like let's say my.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. He's like 1,200.
He's like 1,300.
Yeah.
But
and a lot less weight.
Honestly, it's not actually that much. I thought. Oh,
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
He's like 2,900 pounds.
Yeah. That's right.
So my car is like 33, which is it's a difference, but it's not a huge difference. It's not like twice the weight.
A lot of times, what people will do to reduce weight for drag racing is they'll take off unnecessary weight, like the wheels.
Just a wheelectomy.
Yeah, just take the wheels off. It's a lot of weight gone. And
I've been thinking about this, and I've been looking on the Lamborghini forums, and there's a lot of people that have like the Superleggeras, and then they modify them, and they go, well, in the style of the Superleggera, I want to make sure that I take off as much weight as possible. So in this car, you can't actually take off that much weight because there's a lot like there's not.
It's already stripped to begin with.
There's not much car there. Like it's just not there.
Yeah.
Other than getting carbon fiber door panels, which the Superleggera does have, and getting carbon fiber seats, which saves some weight, really ain't much you can do.
Got to go for more power.
Yeah, more power.
Up the boost.
I mean, some people, they do stuff like drill holes. Like these are like grams that they're taking out. And I'm thinking like I could just do a diet for like a few months and I can take out so much more.
You have been.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, my power to weight ratio has dramatically improved. But it's crazy to the extent that people go on these things. But to get off on a little bit of another tangent, Boosted Boys, one of my favorite. I actually texted Kyle, the main guy from Boosted Boys. They did a K-swap, a Honda K-swap into an STI in a day.
So good.
It's awesome. It is good. So that is one of my favorite videos. It's so great because they rig everything up. They have this like this fuel stopper that was once a fuel gauge that was busted apart. It's just like this broken fuel gauge that they just stuffed in there and now it's working. And in order for the ECU to work with the Subaru ECU or the Subaru body control module or whatever, they had to plug in the TPS. But the TPS plugs the throttle position sensor. But the throttle position sensor is a different sensor than obviously on the K series.
Right.
So what they did is they plugged in the old throttle position sensor, and the guy Brent who tunes it, all he did was he opened it up at the same time using his hands. So he was like, "All right, let's do it. I'll sync them like this." And oh my god, and it worked. They had no headers whatsoever. It was just straight dump out of the head. And they got the car running. It was idling, for a little bit. They got the fuel pump running, all that stuff, and they got it done in a day.
It's so good.
I mean, obviously it wasn't drivable. They needed motor mounts and stuff like that. But to do a drastic thing like that, they had it done in like 5 hours.
It's unreal.
It was just insane, and that included modifying the adapter bracket. Like they shimmed the throttle, the throat bearing, and all that stuff. They made it work. It went into gear. It went into like 2 gears and all that stuff. It's crazy.
I was watching the video today of him with the reactions of all the people riding in his 700 horsepower Honda Civic.
Oh yeah,
it's such a good video.
It is very good. They did one today where they took a Honda Civic. Apparently, it's like a popular swap to get like these Honda Civic wagons and do all-wheel drive swaps to mid-90s Hondas. So yeah, there are like people who do all-wheel drive swaps. But they took out the all-wheel drive system, like the back end of this donor car, but it was still working. It was like an automatic 91 Civic wagon. And what they did is they put casters on from Harbor Freight.
Yes, yeah, the death cart or the crazy cart or
And
whatever.
they made a crazy cart. And what was hilarious is that it kept on, obviously, crazy carts are very light. So
Yes.
those casters they don't have that much weight. But a car is very heavy. So the casters kept blowing out and they kept on bowing. And they had ones that had actual tires on them and they popped and they were just dragging. And then at the third time, the whole thing just broke off. And then they're just dragging the butt of this Honda Civic inside, just making divots in the road. It was hilarious.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's so good.
And that's. I was laughing just as hard as they were. That was a really, really good episode. All right, so what do we have? What do we have next for?
So next we have one from Miggs. He's wanting to know what your thoughts are on DIY vinyl wrap. He's going to take the plunge because he doesn't like paying for stuff.
What do you think? You can answer this one.
DIY wrap, it's
Because you're about to have your car wrapped, right? Well, I mean, you're thinking about getting a
I'd
wrap.
like
for
to,
your car.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
DIY wrap. It is not, in the words of Luke Skywalker, this is not going to go the way you think.
Yeah. Yes. But why?
You can do all the research in the world, but the first time you try and wrap anything, you're going to get bubbles, you're going to get pulls, you're going to get rips. It's just not going to, it's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's not going to be enjoyable. And plus you have to disassemble the exterior of the car. Basically, you have to, if you're doing it right. And also like, you got to do door jams to make it look correct.
Yeah.
That is not fun or easy.
Yeah. So a lot of people do a lot of research on YouTube and they go, oh, I can do this. And on panels like a roof or maybe a hood or something like that, it tends to be a little easier. But if you're doing compound curves,
Still not that easy.
yeah, it's not that easy, but it's a little easier than doing like a bumper. A bumper is super difficult if you don't know what you're doing. It's your first time because you're gonna get, there's a lot of compound curves in bumpers. You don't notice it. You think, oh, my car's pretty flat, but then you go, oh, there's a vent here, and I don't know what to do. There's like a weird divot here.
And ideally, you would want to do all of these body panels with one piece, so you can avoid seam lines and having to match up edges. And it's just
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the big panels you want to do in one piece, but there are ways you can get around it. There are ways you can. Sometimes the seam lines are very seamless.
sure, yeah. But
That comes with.
I guess coming
experience.
from where I used to work, which is like one of the top wrap installation facilities in the country, probably the world by now.
Is that the what is that?
Identity design?
Identity design. Okay.
They specifically there are two guys there that have been wrapping cars forever, and like it was, from what it seemed, it was very rare that they ever had to cut a piece of vinyl or do a seam line or anything like that.
Yeah.
They've and again, I wasn't out there installing with them every time, so
Yeah.
but it seemed like they were able to just get one piece and just do the thing.
So would you say that so for somebody not to do it, or how would you? See, I wouldn't say don't do it. I think that if there's any project that's big, you can work yourself
Yeah,
up to it.
so-
I would say wrap something on the interior first.
Yeah,
like a little radio trim or something.
Just go into the project knowing that it is not going to be easy. It really isn't going to be fun.
It's not gonna be cheap.
It's not going to be cheap. It's going to take a long time. Your car will probably have to be down for at least a couple days because everything's going to have to be disassembled so you can get.
At the very
very least.
Yeah.
And you're going to have imperfections in the wrap. Like that's a guarantee.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that sums it up. I would say do a starter drug first. Like why don't you do something on the interior, radio trim, dash panel or something. That would be fine. You can understand how the material works. Wrap something else. Maybe what's good? The door, the gas door. The gas door is like a nice little panel that you can try. You can heat it up and you can see what happens. You can stretch it and all that stuff. But once you start doing the entire car, things change a little bit just because you're going to have to, there's a lot of compound curves. Cars aren't just blocks unless you're doing it on like a panel truck, which that would probably be a little easier.
Sometimes. And you also have to have a very steady hand using an X-Acto blade to cut out the panels and stuff. Like you got to hone in some skills before you even think about starting
sometimes
a project.
I have this kind of tape, like you put the tape underneath.
Yeah, knifeless tape.
Yeah, knifeless tape.
Sure, yeah, but I'm saying for like cutting around lights, reflectors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not easy. It is not easy.
It's not easy. That there's a reason why it costs, like a good one costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And just like there's a reason why a good paint job costs a lot of money.
Yep.
It's because it's all in the prep work. It's all in the
it's
the
90% prep work and 10%.
Yeah. It's all in the the details and all that stuff.
Yep.
But I mean, you can get it done. If you're not a stickler for details, you could probably get it done. And then it's if you have a crappy paint job, then it might peel up some paint as well. If it's a really sticky glue.
Yep.
So just be careful of that.
It happens a lot at Injuku because race cars and who cares.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And we like to paint our cars in the rain. That's how we do it.
That's when you get all the shine in.
Yeah, rain shine.
You don't need to clear them up.
That's right. So now we have one from Ryan. What are the rules on car mods while still under factory warranty? Should you do it or not? What can you get away with?
That's something you can talk about, because I have no idea. What even is that? What is a warranty?
It's a Tavarish.
It's a Tavarish.
Yeah.
That's not.
It's a me.
It's a me. Yeah.
Jinxed. So I don't know. It just depends on. Do you have the cash to pay for something? Pay for a pair out of pocket?
I assume they don't. I assume that's why.
Then don't.
No.
Do mods that work that fall under the warranty. Like there are warranties that have a little, a bit of a leeway for mods that you can and can't do, or do mods that you can easily remove. Or in my instance, the Cobb access port, I can unmarry the thing and it doesn't really leave a trace on the ECU or whatever.
Wait, do you still have the factory warranty?
Actually, no longer. About a week ago, I rolled over 60,000 miles.
How does it feel? You're flying free.
Just like with every other car I've ever owned in my life.
Flying free and proud. You never went to a Ford dealer and you were like, hey, man.
This is the first time I've ever had any semblance of a factory warranty, and it was gone within like 5 months. It's
like my Aston Martin. I had it for 2 months. Like, what am I going to do with this warranty? Nothing. The car's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's like 2 days after your warranty expires and the engine blows.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, we can't help you.
Yeah, we can help
Your warranty has expired. So your advice would be there to do what? Just
would be either to wait until your warranty's up, or do mods that are reversible or untraceable.
Like what? Like you said, you have access port, right? But what else can you do? Because tuning can also only go so far on stock components. What can you change in the componentry?
Typically, I haven't seen anyone have issues with warranties when they want to do things like exhaust, cold air intake, like suspension type stuff, bolt-on things that don't really modify the lubricated parts of the motor, things that are,
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't want to, obviously you don't want to do any forged internals on the engine.
Right. Don't throw a camshaft in there and be like, why touch my car? It's still a warranty. You crack the motor open, you did a whole bunch of modifications.
Well, actually, if you go through Ford Performance, some of those are perfectly fine to go.
Yeah, and the same with other car companies.
But I think only if they're installed at dealers.
Yeah, and then you have to pay like $9,000.
Yeah. But it's a Ford under warranty part. Yeah,
Wow.
you get a Ford cam in your Ford car.
Wow.
So I would go exhaust.
Intake exhaust, suspension,
exhaust.
wheels.
Yeah, just what more than what some people will consider a build.
Yeah.
I was watching this channel. I can't remember what it was, but they do like these artsy films about cars and whatever. And there's one car, I think they were driving through New York, and it's like, oh, this car is like irresistible, and like all it was a wheels, a drop, and a roof rack. And it's like, okay.
Stance culture, bro.
All right. I mean, the car looks fine.
Sure.
But
that's a build, man.
It looked okay, but I'm like,
it's a build.
There was no exhaust notes or nothing. Or it wasn't. I don't know. It just
they want that participation award, bro.
Sure. What's really cool is that if you look at my garage, if I open up my garage, you see that the back end of the Lamborghini, it's all exposed. You see, it's like there's so much going on back there.
Guts everywhere.
It's just turbos and lines and it's wrap and gold. It's just a gaudy mess. It's so bad. There's gonna be a lot of haters.
So whatever,
You know
man.
that's gonna be my my license plate. It's gonna say hi hater. That's it.
Okay, well, it's been fun. Podcast's been
It's
real
been
good. Thank you so much for the experience.
It's been fun. It's been a good ride. We did 56 episodes.
See you later.
All right. See you.
Next one comes from Miles. Is there such thing as spending too much on a car, assuming you can responsibly afford all the mods? No. Next.
Hold on. Okay. I don't think this should be rapid fire because we can spend a little time on these questions. What was the question? Is there enough? Is there a number that's too much? You can spend too much.
Is there
money?
such thing as spending too much on a car, assuming you can responsibly afford all the mods? If you can responsibly afford it, then no. That's a totally subjective question.
Sure, but if you can responsibly afford all the mods, meaning that you can afford the mods, but if it comes at the cost of something else,
But it says you can responsibly afford the mods. You can responsibly afford them.
I think, but I think you'll change a little bit of your tune if you start doing like really superfluous mods.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying stuff that I would do, but if someone had the money to do it and it wasn't hurting them in any way to do whatever they wanted to their car, then no, it's fine. Go for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that as well. I guess. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So but if you can't responsibly afford them, then you should not do them.
Hey,
Yeah. Well, I mean, even then, I mean, there's lots of things that I could responsibly not afford, irresponsibly afford, maybe.
sure, yeah. Or just put everything on a credit card and you're good to go.
That's the way America works.
Here's a question from Sam. I'm assuming this is in reference to the Lambo. What interior mods are you doing? Are you going to reupholster the steering wheel?
So the steering wheel on my car is stock, and it is actually a nice supple leather steering
I
wheel.
love that word.
Supple.
Supple.
That supple sounds like an Evanescence cover band, like a bad Evanescence cover band for some reason.
What?
I don't know, just in my head. That's what I'm thinking.
You should keep it there.
Actually, you should keep them in your head. I think that the leather steering wheel is fine, but there are like really, really cool ones out there, like carbon fiber, and they have like the red ring, and they have like the Alcantara and all.
Are there ones that have the rev counter in the top of the wheel like a Ferrari?
No.
Oh,
No.
sad face.
No. Then every Lamborghini owner would have that because they'd be like, oh, look, if your Ferrari has this, I could just buy this. No. I would love that. Actually, is that possible?
That's what I'm saying. What if we just go buy a Ferrari steering wheel?
We don't even have to. Why don't we just get? I feel like we could do this like DIY.
So we should save that for our DIY project.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine the car that we're getting with one of those with the steering wheel? It would be so.
It would take forever to get there.
Yeah, it would.
Green. Oh, yellow.
Green.
Yeah. Oh no, green. Oh crap! There's a hill coming up. Well, forget it. We're not gonna get there.
We're almost up to the speed limit. Can't go much further.
That would actually be pretty cool. So just thinking about this, just having a
spitballing.
You would need a
Slow car.
no. Just all right. You would need a steering wheel. You can put like some clear plexiglass or like some Lexan or some like acrylic. And then you would just need an array of LEDs and maybe an Arduino board. And then you have to wire that into either a CAN bus or something that can replace a wire in the clock spring.
Yeah.
Because it has to be able to turn.
Right. And then you would just, the way I would do it is you cut out the front of the steering wheel, the soft material to set in the display, run the wire in the back and maybe cut a slit.
No, what you can do is steering wheels I don't think they're hollow, right? They're probably not hollow.
Typically, from what I've experienced, is it's a foam or some type of soft, like grippy material
Right.
that's basically just around a metal ring.
Yeah, so you just have to cut away that foam and just put
That's what I'm saying. Like do a slit on the back end and kind of tuck it in.
Yeah. I mean, it'll definitely have to be redone with like leather
Yeah, you can
afterwards.
reupholster it or whatever.
Yeah, but dude, how awesome would that be?
Yeah, I'm so stoked right now.
Yeah. I think we could probably get that done. I mean, there has to be. That's gonna be the weirdest mod though. Like, it's gonna be so bad.
No, it's gonna be awesome.
I would love to do that on my Lamborghini. That would actually.
So our practice run will be the DIY car. We'll perfect it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect it on the Lambo.
All right, yo, this is awesome.
All right. Cool. Yeah. I like that.
Same. Let's see. This one comes from David Black. Brake caliper color. And are you planning on just repainting the fire damage recorder? White should be pretty easy to match. That's not true. White is not easy to match.
No, a lot of colors aren't easy. Like colors in general aren't easy to match, especially if they're like exposed to Florida sun and they change and do all this weird kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So caliper color is going to be copper. So here's what I was thinking. And you let me know if this is crazy or not.
Okay. It's crazy.
But is it a good crazy or bad crazy?
Okay.
I will tell you. The back of the car, the back panel, the hood, I guess the engine hood or whatever, bonnet, is made completely of carbon fiber.
Correct.
It's a carbon fiber part.
Yes.
If you take off the paint on that part,
It's exposed.
exposed carbon. There's a fly in here. Oh,
whatever.
no. If you take off the paint, it's exposed, and I like the not the Superleggera, the Performante. The Performante has it's
Forged
the
carbon?
no. That's the Huracan. Huracan Performante has forged carbon as well.
Oh, you're talking about the Gallardo.
Yeah, the Gallardo. There's a Gallardo Spider Performante. It came out in 2013, 2014, somewhere thereabouts. But it's really cool. It has like this white on black scheme, and it has these stripes in the middle, like in the middle of the car. It looks kind of like they're really thin stripes, and they come to a head on the front of the car. Now, instead of me doing black stripes like it is on the Performante, I would do a absence of color on those stripes and just have it be that carbon. Do you think that would look good? Because it would essentially be black to anybody, but then you look at it and it would just be exposed carbon in those, on those stripes. No?
Nah. I feel like that's because you're trying to make the Lambo look like a Lambo that it isn't, when it's its own thing.
Right. So another thing I was thinking about was those stripes, except matching the caliper color.
No,
So
God, no.
why not?
No.
Oh, you are breaking my heart here.
I think that the simpler, the better. So car one color, wheels one color, calipers one color, and you're good to go.
I want accents on it, man. I don't.
So drive around and pretend to be British. There's your accent.
That's something I can't do.
I can teach you.
Oh, please do. I would love that. It's going cheerio.
No. They don't talk about breakfast cereal.
Frosted Flakes. So really, you don't like the idea of so no stripes at all?
I think that the way the
Dude,
car
I
is
love
now,
I love the way the stripes look, man.
I think the way the car is now, it's clean, it's simple, it's iconic. The car is the accent. You don't need any other type of gimmick or stripe or blah blah blah. Just let the car be itself.
Okay. I hear you on that one. And I sort of agree, except for the fact that there has to be something that, because there are cars that look almost exactly like this one. Almost exactly. Like they have the same wing, they're the same color. The wheels are remarkably the same. They have similar colors. Like there should be something accentuating, like other than me putting some gaudy body kit on it or something, you know? I want it to look like something that other people haven't done. And I want it to look also tasteful in that it accentuates the lines. It doesn't take your eye away from it. So I was thinking about doing, a copper-ish, those copper stripes. They're small stripes. They're not like big stripes. You know what I'm
Right.
talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we had the capability of putting a picture up because apparently we can't because OBS is
POS.
OBS is a POS. And I'd love to do that. Maybe I'll Photoshop it and just see, because in my head I think it's a good idea, but then if I look at it, I'm like, nah, this is pretty
Probably.
bad. Yeah, no.
And like now that I've been thinking about it over the past couple of weeks, I'm not sure I'm sold on the caliper color.
No? Okay, so what caliper color do you like?
Personally, I would still just go with the black caliper with the white Lamborghini text.
Here's the thing. I already paid for the black Lamborghini text, and that was like $15. Okay? I can't just let that go to waste. I got to put that somewhere.
So do matte black with the gloss black Lamborghini text.
Ugh.
Stealthy with it.
No. Oh yeah, I'm going to have stealth brakes.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Does this guy have brakes? You never know.
I don't think it does. I can't see them. Oh, they're right there. Wow.
Or just like a dark gray or something. Where you can have the black.
But that's
text.
been done so many times. It's so like it's
So is bronze calipers. Have you
li-
seen any Nissan GTR?
I have not seen any Lamborghini with bronze calipers.
Well, I'm saying, have you seen any Nissan GTR? Because they basically all have the same color on their.
Sure, but this isn't a GTR.
Right. I'm just
if
saying.
this is a GTR, then I'd be like, yeah, why would I get this? Because everybody has them.
You're devaluing your Lamborghini by making it look like.
Oh, I'm devaluing my cheapest Lamborghini that I basically my fire damaged salvage title Lamborghini. Is that what I'm doing?
I'm just saying you could do better.
I could do better.
You could do better.
So my first idea was red because red
That would look great too.
So now you're saying you said red was bad. You said red was bad, and then I said okay, copper, and you're like, oh, that'll look really good. And now you're like, I don't know. Now I see the car. It's not really good. Dude, you know what? You are like the internet. You're like the internet. It can't make up its mind, and you put me in one direction, and then right when I'm getting there, you veer off.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's the first car you've completed in forever, so I just want it to.
That is true,
correct.
and I haven't even completed it yet. I'm actually like people think it's almost complete. People are saying, yeah, it's on the road. All right, great, you finished the project. Like
Nowhere close.
It's not even. I can't even think about completing this project yet. But maybe actually, what if I just put on? You know what? How about this? I'll just spray paint that one side, so it's good on camera. I'll just put everything back on, and I go, you know what? It's done. And then we'll never see that project again. No, I don't want to do that.
I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of liking the blue that's on it now because it matches all the componentry in the engine bay because it's all blue stuff in there.
So that componentry, I'm getting black. So I took out the connectors for the intake. I bought black ones, so it's just gonna be white and black, white, black, and gold. I want that to be the theme of the car.
Well, yeah, but the reservoirs for the coilovers, those are blue.
Yeah, but I can't really do anything about that. So
Yes, you could.
what can I do?
You could wrap it in gold tape.
Oh no! That's gonna look really bad. That's gonna look really bad, and also I can't put out brands. I'm just gonna have like some weird things.
Who cares?
Nah, it's not gonna look good. That's gonna look really bad.
I mean, nice. The blue reservoirs aren't going to look good either. So
Blue reservoirs I can deal with.
it looks so cheap. It looks so cheap.
How does it look cheap?
It just looks cheap. It just looks.
It's
cheap.
made of billet aluminum. How's it look?
Wow, cool.
How does it look cheap? It's a remote reservoir for a.
Looks cheap.
I have no idea what you mean by looks cheap. There's nothing about that looks cheap. It looks it's milled CNC'd billet aluminum.
Cool.
Okay. What I can do is get it powder coated, but I'd have to depressurize the system, and I don't want to do that. Yeah. Because I have no idea how to
So
repressurize.
just wrap it in gold tape.
I don't want to wrap it in gold tape.
Why?
Because the internet is going to kill me.
Who cares?
But okay, so how do I wrap the ends then? The ends are going to look like I can't wrap a Christmas present. How am I going to do that? It has like all these weird contours and it's a really small area. I can do the outside, that's no problem, but the exterior. I'm going to have to be able to.
So put one of those just like the sleeves. Put a sleeve on it.
I can put a sleeve on it.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's not going to look for what? It's just going to look like it has a winter coat on.
Yeah, but it won't be blue.
The ends will.
No, they won't. You can cover it up with a sleeve and then pull the sleeve back when you need to make adjustments.
It's like this weird little elephant foreskin.
No.
Oh, I have to adjust my suspension. All right, yeah. So I learned a lot. I learned that you don't really like my caliper. You know what? I'm gonna do it, and then you're gonna be like, I was wrong. That looks really good because I feel like the car needs a little bit of pop in that wheel area. Because right now there ain't that much pop.
Should do yellow or red.
I'm doing copper, which is a pretty. You know what?
So that's the color that Nissan 350Zs come in.
That's exactly the okay. It's actually the color that Mercedes AMG carbon ceramic brakes come in. That's the kind of color I'm going for.
And Brembo on a GTR.
Yeah, dude, I love that color. I really like that color. I dig that color a lot. I think it's underused. I think it's very classy. So, you know what? I'm gonna take this as a hipster. A hipster across the table is doing his hipster thing, and then we'll see what happens when you'll change your tune when I do it, and hopefully the internet changes its tune, and hopefully people are like, you should have left it stock. I looked a better blue. Whatever, they always do that. All right. In any case, if you want to ask us questions, we have some more questions, right?
I mean, yeah.
All right. So we're gonna answer some more questions in the next episode. If you want to ask us some questions, you can do so at iwrencheveryday@gmail.com, and you can hit us up at wrencheveryday. You can hit me up at the real Tavarish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I was about to have to say that for you.
And at loading.
You're looking like a
And you can find Andrew. Where can we find you?
I can be found on Instagram at Heavy Metal FL or on Twitter at 1565. That's the word 15 and the number 65.
Well, all right. This is me, Tavarish, for Andrew Howell, reminding you guys, as always, to wrench every day and hopefully get some copper breakout.